Good morning. My name is Akshita, and this is my self reflective assessment video. Over the past academic semester, I've been on a journey to explore and enhance my professional skill set. This video walks through my progress, challenges, and how I plan to grow over the next year. Initially, I thought professional development was just about things like CVs and interviews, but through this module, I've realized it is also about self awareness, understanding how I work, where I can improve, and what kind of professional I want to become. To start this process, I used SWOT analysis, which is a strategic tool for identifying strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. This is my initial SWOT analysis. At the start of the semester, I identified that my strengths included strong English proficiency and effective communication. However, I also recognized some weaknesses, like lack of confidence, difficulty with time management, and low sense of accountability. I also had minimal industry experience and not much of a professional network, which posed challenges. But on the other hand, I had plenty of opportunity to grow, especially through connections available in my family and university network. As the semester progressed, I began seeing a shift. My communication became stronger, especially during presentations, where I felt more confident articulating my ideas. I also found that I adapt quickly and take initiative in group settings. That said, time management is still a challenge, especially due to my ADHD. I've also noticed that sometimes I take on too much work, which affects my productivity. But now I'm more aware of it and I'm actively working on setting better boundaries and using planning tools. One thing that changed this semester was my awareness of the opportunities around me. I've come to appreciate the professional connections I already have access to through family and university. However, threats like increasing job market, competition, and lack of practical experience remain, and they're pushing me to take real steps towards internship and self-development. Alongside SWOT, I also use gap analysis, which is a method for identifying the difference between current performance and desired goals. For example, I noticed that while I was moderately confident in public speaking, I needed to refine how I present myself under pressure. My leadership skills were also underdeveloped, but by working in group projects and taking initiative, I've seen clear progress. I also realized I needed to work on commercial awareness and build a stronger professional presence, which I started doing by improving my LinkedIn and staying updated on industry trends. My personal development plan helped me guide my goals this semester. I'm happy to say I've made real progress. I've improved my communication and public speaking and started managing my time better. I also have a stronger understanding of business strategies and I've become more confident in expressing ideas both in class and in group projects. Looking ahead, I've set new goals for the next year. These include building a strong online presence, gaining industry experience through internships or part time work, and continuing to work on time management. I also want to focus more on my mental well being and self care because I've learned that professional success is only sustainable when I'm taking care of myself too. To structure my reflection on the presentation that was done in this module, I use Gibbs Reflective Cycle. It is a framework that encourages thinking through 6 stages: description, feelings, evaluation, analysis, conclusion, and action plan. During our group project, where we planned a team building event for a go karting company, things seemed simple at first. But as we progressed, we faced unexpected challenges, from logistics to group coordination. Despite this, the experience was rewarding. My teammates were supportive and we communicated well. One improvement we identified was the lack of shared work schedule, something we'll definitely implement next time. Through this, I learned a lot about teamwork, communication, and how much coordination goes into planning even a basic corporate event. Reflecting on this journey, I've realized professional development isn't just about gaining skills, it is about building character. I've grown in confidence, learned how to manage setbacks, and I've become more intentional with how I work. Most importantly, I now see development as a continuous process. I'm not at the finish line, but I'm definitely further along than where I started, and I'm excited for what comes next. Thank you.